What's up, it's Cairo. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Diamond 3 and we're playing Izzet Control, featuring Lier, Disciple of the Drowned, Goldspan Dragon, and Hullbreaker Horror. All kinds of good stuff here at the top end. If you want to skip the deck breakdown, just hit the description. You can go right into the gameplay. But for those of you that want to do the deck breakdown, here we go. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing to the channel. So as I mentioned, it's based around Lier, Disciple of the Drowned, Goldspan Dragon, Hullbreaker Horror, and to a lesser degree, even Burn Down the House with its Devil mode on it. So let's go start from the bottom here and focus on how we're going to control the board until we get up to our finishers. So we have two Fading Hopes. One blue mana gets to bounce a creature, and you get to scry if it's cheap enough creature. Very good in the early game, and also can be good bouncing a 5 or a 6 drop too. Very versatile card. To play with fire, Boros aggro is still very big. Mono white is big. Naya runes to a lesser extent. So there's a lot of creatures out there that come down with 2 toughness that can really punish you. This is an instant 2 damage to them to get rid of them. 2 spike field hazards, 1 damage to a permanent. If it was dealt this way, exile it instead. It's good against getting rid of the 3/1 intrepid adversary that Mono white is running right now, as well as also getting rid of Lolth and exiling her. 2 Strangles, 1 red mana, 3 damage. This is sorcery speed, so you have to do it on your turn. 2 Voltage Surges, 2 damage, instant speed, or 4 damage if you sacrifice an artifact. Usually going to be a treasure token in this deck. March of Swirling Mist, good for protecting your things or phasing out a bunch of their things and going in to swing for lethal later in the game. 2 Jwari Disruptions, good early game counter, also doubles as a tap land when we need it. 1 Negate, 2 Dragon's Fires. This is 3 damage at instant speed. If you can reveal a dragon, i.e. Goldspan Dragon, it can be 4. Expressive Iteration, very, very good card on turn 3. Generally, you can do it on 2, but if you can do this turn 3, exile a land, hit that land drop, and put another card in your hand, you are getting a really good amount of card advantage off of this. Shatter Skull Smashing for when there's a bunch of little tokens you need to take care of. Fable the Mirror Breaker. There's only 2 in this deck. You could run more, you could run 3, but usually we can win without it. But it's very, very good at creating a 2/2 Goblin Shaman, getting some treasure tokens. It synergizes with Goldspan very well. You can also copy your Goldspan or, God willing, Hullbreaker Horror at the end. If you copy a Hullbreaker Horror with this, the opponent will cry, just so you know. But this is a very, very good card, and it's going to see play post-rotation, I am sure. 1 Prismari Command, Celestis. 3 colorless mana, mana rock, so you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. Very useful for ramping us into Goldspan Dragon on turn 4. You can also tap 3 mana and tap it if your opponent doesn't do anything and you don't have anything to do. You can make it day if it's night, otherwise it becomes night. And, activate only as a sorcery, so you have to kind of plan for this. But you can gain 1 life draw card if you discard a card. Very good at filtering out our draws, and if you discard a Memory Deluge, you can always play that later with the flashback cost. Memory Deluge is in here for good card draw, so is Big Score and Treasure Generation. And then up at the top, we just hit him in the face with Goldspan Dragon for 4 damage in the air. Use Lier to cast all of these spells again. Burn down the house to wipe the board early, and make 3 1/1 Devils with haste later if you need to get in for lethal and need a little bit more damage. And then at the top, Hullbreaker Horror, the basically all-star of blue cards in Crimson Vow. Very, very potent, very powerful. Hall of Storm Giants can also help you get the job done. Island, Otawara Soaring City, 4 cost. If you have Lier on the board, it costs 3 to bounce an enchantment creature or planeswalker to their owner's hand. Stormcarved Coast, Pathways, Mountain, Field of Ruin. I want to give a quick shout out to the members of the Kaero Collective. If you are a subscriber to this channel, there is an option to join to get these videos 24 hours in advance to when they go out to the general public. You also get emotes and you get badges whenever I go live on Sundays at 7 p.m. Central. If you don't want to join, don't worry about it. Subscribing helps me a great deal, and I thank you for being a subscriber already. Like I said, can't thank you enough. Enjoy the gameplay. I'll see you next time. Okay, back at it again, trying Izzet Control in this meta. Is it good? We'll see. We have 4 lands, Fading Hope, Expressive Iteration, and Burn Down the House. and we're going first. That looks good to me. So what land do we want to play first? Maybe a Storm-Carved Coast, or maybe we play Shatterskull Smashing, keep the Jwari Disruption. Probably this. Bring this in tapped. If we don't know what our opponent's playing, Jwari is more highly valued than Shatterskull. Alright, Hopeful Initiate. Okay. Let them go. See if we want to bounce something with a Fading Hope. Or Jwari Disrupt something. We'll take the 1. That's fine. We're not using a Fading Hope on a Hopeful Initiate. I think we're set up pretty good here. Another one. That's fine. Okay, Fading Hope into hand. Mountain back to the library. Island exiled, so we can Fading Hope whatever they play next. So that way we'll only end up taking 2 damage from the Hopeful Initiate. So they're going to want to try to get these things training. That's fine. And a Thalia, alright. Can't Fading Hope then. Storm-Carved Coast, Fading Hopes, but we have 2 of them. But they do cost 2 each. End the turn there. We'll bounce Thalia probably. Optimally, we would bounce Thalia and they would play something bigger. And then we would be able to burn down the house next turn. Adversary. Alright, let's let him pay the cost. Okay, now we'll bounce Thalia, making our... Yeah, we'll take the Fable. So now our burn down the house costs 5. We'll just get rid of all this. Get rid of all this junk. Sweep them. Okay, play with fire costs 2. So if we play with fire Thalia, our Fading Hope only costs 1. That leaves us, if we Fading Hope this next turn, leaves us a couple mana left over. Or we could play with fire Thalia right now, put a Fable and Mirror Breaker down. That seems like a good plan to me. That way we have Burn Down the House, Fading Hope, Iteration, and Play with Fire in the graveyard. So we can take Lier in and play those things. Counter on the Cathar in for 1. We go to 12. Anything that does 3 damage in the graveyard. Burn down the house. We can make 3 devils. We'll discard a Deluge. Get another Lier. So this will leave us with 3 mana left. So if we wait, bounce the Cathar on their turn, play with fire their Aspirant, we're looking pretty good. We'll just hang out. Lier's on the field. We've got all kinds of spells as long as we can protect her. And even if they target her, we can Fading Hope her back to the hand. Not too bad. Okay, let that go. They don't pay the cost. Putting the Brutal Cathar counter there. Do we Fading Hope it now? Then they can just replay it. Yeah, we'll do it now. Take a Strangle. Stops them from being able to attack us. And then they can play this. And let this resolve. We'll target Lier. We'll burn it out before it takes effect. Since it was a 2-2, we have a Strangle. Let's Iteration. We'll take Mountain into hand. This back and a Goldspan. This is sorcery. Has to be done now. Take out their life linker. And then hold a Fading Hope up for whatever they do. Thalia, we won't be able to bounce this turn. I don't think it matters. Brutal Cathar taking what? Lier? Okay. We can actually with the Goldspan Dragon, so our treasure makes 2 mana, so we can bounce that if we want to. Let's let them... Can't really attack. Let's bounce this. Get our Lier back. Yes, we'll take a burn down the house. That sounds good to me. Alright, got there. So, I was thinking... What's the most appropriate way to go about this? Good game. Probably double the Goldspan, attack in with, or Strangle out Thalia, attack in then with Lier 2, and then we're hitting for 8 in the air, 3 here unless they block with the Aspirin, that's 11, brings them to 5, and then hit Burn Down the House, make 3 Devils. Probably the best thing, I think. Good game. Alright, how many lands do we have here? We only have 2, and we only have a pathway, so we only have either red or blue. And we're going first. That's not great. Having a Hullbreaker and a Goldspan, which requires double red and double blue here, we have to mulligan. Okay, this looks fine. We'll get rid of an Iteration. Go Mountain. Like to hold off on Iteration till turn 3. Sundown Pass. Probable that it's Boros aggro. Okay, let's hold off. Coming in, there's Lier. Let's Iteration now. See if we can dig up a land. We got a Fable, the Mirror Breaker, and a Play with Fire. So we'll go... We need to hit our land drops. So we'll go... Jwari Disruption into the hand. As sad as it makes me, Fable back. And exile Play with Fire. We'll go red. Get rid of that. If they play a 3 toughness creature, we can Jwari Disruption as a land next turn and Strangle it out. Alright. Still gonna get hit though. Here's our land. Here's our Strangle. Mono, that's fine. Mono again. I mean, I say it's fine. It's still a lot of damage. Let's try to line up our land. See if we can get a land drop here. Alright, perfect. So these are both going to trigger. Whatever they play is going to have a lot of counters on it. So the question here is, do we... Wait, we'll just wait for a big score. We're going to take a big hit if this is a haste creature, though. But then we'll be able to burn down the house. With, hopefully, these etchings along with it. Hopefully they unload their whole hand here and bring us to like 5 life or something. And then we just kill everything. Okay, that comes in as a 3/3. They're gonna hit us. Okay. 4/4, still in range though of burn down the house. The gate's not gonna help us. He's come in with haste, so this is gonna be, if they put the counter here, 5/5. So potentially 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got to just do this. We've got to have a chump blocker. Raiju, yep. That's what I was thinking. They would be going for the throat here. 7. Boros. They got 9 on us. Good game. Boros is so strong, you guys. But they played it well. We were just a touch too slow. I don't think there's anything that we could have done there. Maybe made 3/1/1 devils to chump block here, but then we would have been left without a board wipe, which would not have been good. Yeah, it's tough. Opponent goes first. We have no island, but we do have all red spells. We have a big score, and a Celestis can make us an island. Okay. We'll keep it. We got some removal. Jetmir's Garden. There's an island. Save the Spike Field Hazard, if we need it. We can get the Celestis down. We're looking pretty good. Get a big score. We got a board wipe. They're in Naya colors, so I don't think they'll be playing anything other than somewhat of an aggro deck. So I think Burn Down the House is going to be pretty good. They're not putting any pressure on us now. See if they play a big creature. Because all we have right now is direct damage removal. Okay. We can deal with that. Snakeskin Veil? Snakeskin Veil. Alright. So then we need to hit a land next turn with Iteration, and then we'll be wanting to wipe the board pretty quick here. We probably should start unloading little creatures. If they're an aggro deck. we're going to 16. Alright, there's a land. The question is, do we iteration here? And then play a Dragon's Fire, revealing our Goldspan, try to kill the Luminarch Aspirant. See what we have with an iteration. Negate? I don't think that's going to help us. We'll put iteration into hand. Negate back in a mountain. We'll hang out. See where they want to put their counter from their aspirant. We'll in response Dragon's Fire that away. We don't want him to get out of range of the burn down the house is the thing. They're being very sneaky. See if they have another snakeskin bale. Yes. All right. Clutch. Get our other island down. Not quite time for a Goldspan yet. We'll wait and big score. Draw. We want them to play out their hand before we burn down the house and wipe the whole board. Voltage Surge. Cool. Well, let's wait. I know it's boring, but the more cards we can put into our hand when we're not under pressure, the more that we can take control of this game and stabilize. Do we want a Lier? Big score, Dragon's Fire, Strangle. Probably want Lier, and we probably want Ghost. Really want to get to the Hullbreaker now that we have Lier out. That will seal the entire deal. So we might Memory Deluge at the end of their turn. Make sure we hit that. We have lots of options. Alright, let's big score instead. Discard Joy Disruption. Obviously, spells can't be countered. Play with fire. Alright, let's iteration. Try to find our finishers here. Another Goldspan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Let's put the burn down the house into the hand. Voltage Surge back and Goldspan. Play it now. We'll attack for 7. We're not going to overextend. They haven't been doing anything, so I don't know what's up their sleeve here. Weird to have Naya colors not do anything. So we're just going to do 7. We're not going to overextend, and we're just going to hang out. We'll play this, though. Okay, there's a Fading Hope. Let's get rid of Voltage Surge. Luminarch Aspirant. Okay, if we play another Goldspan and then we play Burn Down the House as 3 devils, we've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's go for it. Alright, got there. It's odd to me that they weren't doing anything. It almost made me start second guessing things. You know how like your opponent just stands back and they're just like, yep. And it's like, do you have some sort of a plan? So I'm like second guessing everything I do. Good game though. Alright, we're going first with 3 islands. Okay, we're gonna trust. We have 3 lands in a Celestis. We're gonna trust that the deck gives us a red source. If it doesn't, maybe not the worst thing in the world. There we go. Love to see that. Sometimes you just have to, like, call the bluff. Right? Like, I know I'm going to get a mountain. Prosperous Innkeeper, Treasure Maid. Shakedown Heavy. Okay. Coming out of the gate. Hard. But so are we. We're not going to let him attack with that Shakedown Heavy. Okay, there goes our Goldspan. Bye-bye, buddy. See what we can line up with an iteration here. Surge. Another Goldspan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have enough to play it, so let's put a Fading Hope in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Fading Hope in hand. Field of Ruin back and a Goldspan here. Put this down, get this in. They have more removal. So, in this case, I think we're going to burn this treasure to return this to our hand. We don't want to lose our other Goldspan. And then we're going to let them go. Too valuable. Another shakedown heavy. We can take care of that. We're gonna do this now. Sack that. For that shakedown heavy. Battle Mammoth. Permanent you control becomes a target of a spell or ability opponent controls. You may draw a card. Alright. Well. We have iteration 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can do 2. We can iteration. We can Fading Hope and let him draw a card, I guess. We're just going to let him go. We can take a hit from the Battle Mammoth. Not too worried about it. Okay, a burn down the house here should do it. Let's Fading Hope this thing. Let them draw a card, whatever. Fable. Do we want that? Or do we just want to go in? We have a burn down the house. That's 3 1/1 devils. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we'll draw it in case this doesn't work out. Okay, that's a safer route. Alright, got there. We could actually still have burned down the house again, but I think 2 Goldspans and Lier generate treasures in case they take one of them out is the safer route to go. Good game. So that's going to do it for the video for today. I hope you enjoyed the Izzet Control build. There's a deck list below if you want to build it. And I want to give a shout out to collective members Benjamin Clay, Ben Garcia, and Country Fried. Thank you guys very much for your support. And thank you if you are subscribed to the channel. If not, please consider subscribing for future videos. Helps me and supports me. And hit that thumbs up and leave a comment if you have any questions or suggestions. Thank you. Have a great day.